Hi and welcome everyone to a new game of Gaming with Jason. Alright, so if you guys watched I may have actually released it a little bit later, but if you guys watched my intro and you guys are interested in this game, I'm going to start doing a walkthrough. We're going to do a new game. Now, I like to customize my game a little bit. I don't make the difficulty heavy. There's two things that I like to modify. I like to turn my length of season days into 7 days because there are some times, especially during spring and summer, where you really need those extra days, and if you don't have it, it's going to kind of put you behind. And so for every 3 months, 7 days, I think that's perfectly fine. The other thing that I do is I always like to give myself unlimited stamina because I like to be able to run and not go into a lot of places. So let's go ahead and click start game, and then we'll go through the intro and we will get started, and I'll show you some places on the map, like the few places that I think would be great to start.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Okay, now that was a fantastic intro, and it sets the stage. So your parents are dead, you're going to find your long-lost uncle, a war just went through, and I've read up on it online, and the developers of this game are Nordic in the first place, so the presumption is that this would have been right around the time of the unification of, well, the start of the unification of Germany. So later in the game it will talk about Germanic warriors. So I like to always start my game out here, where I can see myself on the outside. When I do my hunting, I usually like to zoom in, but over time I actually develop this. So what you have to do when you first start is you're going to run over to... And see, this is a new update to the game, so if you guys watched my last video where I was introducing you to it, they didn't actually have opportunities to... like those birds, you would have never seen them, and usually what's going to happen is you're going to be able to see it, it will log it as a place, and then when you go into the map. Now, a lot of people, what I first did when I came here is I went to the right, but you actually got to go to the left, and you just go right down this hill. Now, I will be skipping through, so if you see me all of a sudden arrive in some place, and so on and so forth, but as you see, you're put right close to it. All you got to do is just walk down here, and we are looking for a guy by the name of Unigast. And I will let you, we'll go through, we'll read it. I will tell you I'm not a great reader, but I will try my best, or I will paraphrase it and do what I can. But we are looking for Unigast. Let's see, where is he? 19 meters, he is over here. There's the guy we're looking for. So you always want to follow the little yellow exclamation point. It will kind of help guide you through. That is your guide throughout this. So we're going to talk to Unigast. And as you can see, Unigast thinks that he saw a ghost. Seeing a ghost. and you're gonna have a little bit of a conversation. He mistakes you for someone else. He knew your uncle, and you're gonna talk about your mother, and then he's going to tell you it's okay, they've died. Okay. It says, damn it, this world, sigh. I guess it can be cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't want to talk about that. You mentioned my Uncle Lorden. I actually came here to see him, and this is where we're going to find that Uncle Lorden is dead. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your Uncle Lorden is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. Yeah, you will learn later on in the game. I'm not gonna give you a spoiler alert. That's it. I'm the only one left. Okay, so what do I do now? So now, because he's a Castilian, he's gonna tell you, you have the right to go and do whatever you want, as long as you pay taxes to the king. As long as you pay taxes to the king every spring, you can do whatever it is you want, and he's gonna give you a quest. Okay, and there's also going to be tutorials, and quite frankly, if you don't ever come on YouTube and watch any tutorials, these tutorials are really, really good. And I would say that this is probably the strong suit for the developers. It's really educating you on the game. So let's go in here and let's look at the map. So when you guys saw my playthrough in the last video, I was right here in this little area. And this is going to be where I go back. So let me show you, there are a few key spots on the map that you really that are really lucrative. If you want to build a farming village, this is the perfect place. You got flat land, you get extra yields because of the land, and you're right there. You've got these 5 cities that you can run to real quick. And you see where I'm here over at Gastovia. Gastovia is going to be like that main hub. So when you build something, you don't want to be too far away, especially if you want to follow the quest, because if you follow the quest, you're going to have to go back to Gastovia. You're going to have to run up to this side of the map over here, and so on and so forth. So it's important. But if you want to build a well-rounded civilization, and I'll show you a couple other cool things, but the reason why I choose this area over here every time, and this is the perfect spot to build, is because of the trees and the resources, and the thicker the forest, you got more access to wild game. Not only that, if you look over here, if you see this right here, you see that little, it almost looks like a hole, you can barely see it, and this is how you can tell it on the map. But there are 5 of them, at least last time I checked. There are 5 places where you can get your iron ore. And as you see, if I am over here and then I go over here, that's close to that iron ore. And then there is another one right here, which is right between all that. So now I have this, and then I have the one over here, and all that is right here. Okay, and there is another one around here. And then also, if you're over here in this area and you want to do your farming, there is another mine. I always find it. Okay, so this river right here is going to be your landmark. Okay, because if you turn around, you'll see this big old cave right here. Okay, and that's how I was able to find it without, because as time goes along in the map, you're not going to be looking for directions. So let us, I've tried to go over here as well on this side of the mountain, and it's good and all, but it's so far away from everything that I find that this is probably the most lucrative spot. Now, my first time over here, I did try over here, and as you see, I've slowly moved over here. So this is where we're going to go, and we're going to go build. And so I will see you guys in a minute. It's another 800 meters. Okay, so as you see, I'm coming up in here. There's a wolf, and this is the reason why I have the unlimited stamina, is because of him. So I'm just going to let him walk by and see if he does anything to come after me. Because, quite frankly, I don't want to get eaten by a wolf before I even start. And there's like 2 or 3 of them around here. So you kind of got to be a little careful. He's watching me. Now, if this were real life, I could not run this dog, and I'd have to grab a rock and smash its head in. But, since it's not, and as you hear, See, having those ambience noise, you hear that, the music changes, you hear the voice. This is your extra senses. See, there's another one. And this is why I run through them. Okay. And so, as you see, the music changes again. Oh, wow, there's a lot of deer over here. Oh, nice. And I found me some hidden treasure already. Okay, so we've got the... Oh, crap. Where are you? He generally doesn't come over here. Yeah, the wolves don't come across water, which is about the only thing. So I can get 125 coin. And I got poison. Cool. Alright, poison is good. I can go sell that. Okay, so now we're going over here. But see, this is the safe side of the lake. If you want to be on this side, it will protect you, because that stream will keep all those animals over there. They don't cross the stream unless going over a bridge. It's non-realistic, but still, it's the one thing that you can count on. It's like, okay, well, that's why if I ever run into something, I'll run right here into the water and be like, yeah, now you can't get me. And very rarely, okay, oh, cool, more treasure. Alright, we got hops, so we can make beer, but it's going to be a long time before we can make beer. Oh, we got wheat grains, so we can make Hefeweizen. Alright. Okay, so I had to go out here to the main road, so if you look right here, going into the lake, you don't really see a road. Okay, so this road right here, okay, so this is actually what I was looking for. This is where I'm going to build. Okay. So you follow this road right in here. And look, okay, so I'm going to come in, I'm going to get close to the lake. And as you saw in the game that I showed you, and it ends right here. So this is going to be where I do everything. So the first thing I need to find, so you're going to hit Q when you first start. And you're going to want an axe. So that means you need 10 sticks and 2 stones. So let's go find some stones. So there's 1 stone. There's some sticks. And you are going to be cleaning the forest floor because of all the resources it offers you. Wow. Okay, so if you guys heard me talk about the reason why I didn't like that farmland area, see these right here? These are birch trees. You get 2 wood from that, versus over here, a spruce tree, you get 3 wood, and, well, oh yes, here's the oak tree. The oak tree will give you 4 wood, or 4 logs, and so that's important. Okay, and see these little things here? They will never grow into be big trees. They just grow and replenish with sticks for you, so that you can, okay, so let's go ahead and craft our first item. Alright, so now we have that. Now if you go into your inventory, which is hitting I, we're going to hit I, we're going to go into our inventory. This is where our tools are. We're going to go here. You can either hit F and then 1, or you can just hit 1. I always just hit the number I want it on. Okay. Alright, I'm doing a maple tree right now. Look at this. And boom. So you gotta hit it twice, so I get my 3 logs. And here's another thing that you have to worry about, as you see down here, where it shows your kilograms, how much weight you can carry. Well, you've got to keep it under 35 kilograms. Now you will be able to carry more later on, as you gain more skills and you can build more things. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you notice I also get sticks and feathers from these. The sticks I'm going to need for my arrows, as well as the feathers if I decide I want to. Okay, so as you see, I'm getting slowed down, and you see the weight thing there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go high. I'm going to go over here to my logs, and I'm just going to drop them all right here, because I have to clear a little bit more. Let me just make sure that I have enough room for my house. Alright, I'm not too worried about that. Now we want to put a cabin in here, okay? And this is part of this is where why I really like to have the distance view. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna hit Q. We're gonna go into buildings. We're gonna go into houses, and then we're gonna click a small house. Now before, okay, so now I can put it there on green. That's far enough away from the road so that later on I can build a fence. So when you build things, you wanna plan for the future. So just because you put it down here, now yeah, you can rearrange it. So this is another update to the game, which is it used to come with the foundation in the frame, but now you have to build the foundation in the frame. And let's go. And in order to do that, oh wait, crap, I need that. We need to build ourselves a hammer, a wooden hammer, because that's what we're gonna need. And I always put my wooden hammer on 4. Oops. I always put my wooden hammer on 4 so that I don't have to worry about it. You want to get in regular habits where you put things, because until you can carry a lot or you have a lot of people working for you, you are going to really need to learn how to manage what it is that you carry. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's go okay, so that's on 4. Okay, so it will come up to us. If we come up to it, it'll tell us we need 10 stones. So let's go search the forest floor for 10 stones. Alright, so I have my 10 stones, and then I come back here and I just start whacking on it. Play a game of whack-a-mole. Now the thing about this is you are going to use every ounce of resources. See, our ancestors didn't waste as much as we waste now. And this will, I mean, it is a simulation game, it is a survivalist game, it is all that other stuff. But you also got to look at it from another standpoint, is if you were thinking about going off the grid, this is what you would have to go through. And let's get that taken care of. And this is something new as well, as in the small houses they never had the little attic, but I'm presuming that I can get a ladder, and I might even be able to get up there later on. See, these guys, they built with the end in mind, so they put out the shell, and then after they got done putting out the shell, then they kind of have everything else kind of work its way to it. So there are certain things that you cannot use right now, but as they continue with the updates, you'll be able to use them again. So what I like to do again is I like to work with the end game in mind, and so I am going to go with a stone, which I'm going to hit E to edit. And so that's a window, so we're going to go walls with windows, and then we're going to choose stone wall with window. And I'm going to do the same thing with the door. I'm going to choose walls and doors, and then I'm going to choose a stone wall, and the rest of this is just going to be stone. And the reason why is, so you saw me in the other game where I had to deal with frostbite. So what you're really looking at is you're looking at insulation. You know, a wattle, which is nothing more than a stick house. A wattle house will, I mean, it's not going to really let anything through. So now we have that, and so I am going to, I got to start gathering a lot of stone, but I'm going to get rid of my log. So I got a log there, and I need another log there. Okay, cool. So now what I got to do is I got to go, let me get these and kind of get that that kind of already set. But I will check in with you guys here in a few minutes. It will take me a minute to finish the house, but before I go to bed, I've got to finish my house. So I will see you guys in a minute. Alright guys, just to show you kind of what I got done, I got everything but the roof done, and the reason why the roof didn't get done tonight is because I forgot to stop off at the other lake, because this is the only lake that does not have any reed in it, which is okay for me, but I need the straw. Later on, and the way that you make up for it is the farming, because when you do your wheat and your rye, you get straw from that, then you can use it. But I only start off with a thatch roof, but this will be quickly upgraded to a plank roof later on. But as you see, and you can walk up and you can do this as well. So there are 3 types of roofs. You can have a thatch roof, you can have a wooden roof, or you can have a wooden tile roof. Apparently, I don't know the whole reason why, but it just, as it says, has the highest durability and heat retention. And when you are in the dead of winter, which is your biggest enemy in this game, that is something to worry about. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to go over here and see if I can build myself a fire. And let me light the campfire. So there are two ways that you can sleep. You can sleep on a campfire. If you have any damage to your health, the campfire will not heal you when you wake up in the morning, but if you sleep in your house in four walls, you will get a little bit of healing happening every morning that you wake up. So then I can hold the E down to sleep if I want to go to sleep, but hold on, I need to make sure to eat before I go to bed. Oh, and I picked up a couple of skills. So I picked up extraction. And so the main one that I want, what I go for is I usually try and boost up my extraction knowledge more, because later on when you need the tech, this is going to come in handy. Oh, I don't have anything for this. Okay, so for survival knowledge, and my main one, the one that is going to help me out most, is in the skills that you want to upgrade is you want to go in the hunting, or the survival is you want to get your survival sense, and that means you can see sticks and stones. But over here you also get the tracker function, which allows you to see animals. Now this is going to be important, so you probably need to do a lot of hunting in the beginning. So let's go ahead and improve our knowledge. Let's go over here to technology. And so these are the different technologies. So because I am doing a building, and I'm building a house, I get points for that. So now I can do a well, and pretty soon, or actually no, I can do a resource storage too. You look at your points and then you look at what you need. And as you see, survival, I've picked up almost 10 points, and that's for hunting. And then farming, I haven't done anything on that yet. And farming is really like the farming. If you look through here, this is really where all of your resources are. You're gonna have to be good at farming, or you're gonna have to get into farming, even if you want to be a smithy, because you're gonna need certain things for yourself, such as a stable, a cow shed. You're gonna want a stable because you're gonna want a horse, because you're gonna want to ride around all the different cities. And then also production, and this is probably next to your farming. I would say this is probably equally as important, because this is where you get your smithy, your kitchen, your sewing hut, your workshops, and then at the very end you get your tavern. And I've gotten the tavern. I've even gotten the windmill, which is also another new thing in the update. It's absolutely great. So let's go over here. Let's get myself some food, and let's. Alright, and let's go ahead and go to sleep, and I will see you guys when I'm done finishing the house. Alright, looks like I found a treasure. Ooh, I found linen cloth? Wool fabric. Oh, wow. Oh, and I got an iron knife? Oh, nice. And it... Oh, wait. I almost missed it. No, water skin. There we go. And there is nothing else left around here. But if you look here at this waterway, and I will show you, this main waterway right here is pretty much the only place where you can find reed. I have not found reed over here or down here, but I've never really looked either, because pretty much this is the closest for me. But as you see, you've got the reed here, and then you just go in here and you harvest it. And we need about 32 of them in order to make a roof. So I'm making sure that I get all of that. And as you see, look at the right hand side. You see up in the top right hand corner, I am getting it tells me my quest. So as part of your building your first house, the quest is actually kind of going to be a little bit more of a tutorial to get you started and to get you your first 10 buildings. So build your first house. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to where we were. As you see here on the map, I've already got my house starting to show because I've got the foundation down. So now I can just do a straight shot, and go right past this again. Alright, and if you ever don't want to get like hand cramps, all you have to do is tap the space button twice, and you can just walk in a straight line and just sit back. Like, you know what I'll do is at this point I might log into Conflict of Nations in my on my phone, just because this is going. Whereas I will use the desktop version when I start getting into builds that take a while to build. So that's just something for you to think about. So I'll see you guys when the house is done. Alright, I'm putting the last pieces on there. So you see down the bottom right hand corner where it shows my wooden hammer. So you do get natural wear and tear. So this should be close to being done. Alright, Dynasty Reputation change +10. And now it gives me more about chapters and all this other stuff. Okay, so as later on in the game goes, you can change the decoration of your door. They've allowed you to do more decorations and personalization. Honestly, this is what I really wish, like, The Sims, if you think about The Sims, this is a better version of The Sims. Okay, so now I have a house, and if you see in here, I have a bed for me and my future wife, and a bed for my future child. Now, in a simple house, you get 2 beds, or in 1 bed, and then in for the single bed, and then in the larger houses you get 2 beds. But here's the thing to always remember about the 1 and 2 beds, is that if you bring your NPCs in, your citizens in, and they will have enough children to fill up those beds. And so every time a woman has a child, you lose her for 2 years. So this is something to be thoughtful of when you're first building. Do you want to have a population that's going to stay about the same? Well, no, it's going to grow and then it's going to drop. Well, it'll grow a little bit, but you have to figure out how you want to manage your population. There's a German lady. She put like close to 700-800 hours into one of these games, and she was showing us what it looked like. And she was really good on her breeding practices. You know, at least that's what she called it, was the breeding practices. But I really admired that, and it made me take a completely different look at it, because that's part of the reason why I restarted the game. Alright, so we're on day 2, so I've got 6 more days, or on day 3 I can switch to the next season. So I don't need to stay in the season a full 7 days. I can, after 3 days, I can advance to the next season. Okay, so let's look at what we're doing here. Hold on, I want to go into management. So in management, we will see that we have 5 buildings that we can construct. One of them is going to have to be a resource storage. We are in the development stage of hermitage. We have no taxes, no workers, no water, wood, fire demand, anything like that. That we are the only population, and we have a dynasty reputation of 20. You will need to get up to somewhere around, I believe it's around 10,000 to be able to operate as a powerhouse in the game. It's not hard. Now, from what I've heard from other people, I don't know if these updates have changed it, but I know when the game was on pre-release, if you stole stuff, you would lose dynasty reputation. But I guess in the beginning they made it really hard. Either that, or I've never really had a problem with dynasty reputation. But that's because I play my own game. Alright, and let's see here. So we want to start doing our city planning. So the first thing that, let's see, we got to set a rabbit trap, wooden spear, stone knife, hunt a wild animal, and survive for a season. And if we go over here to our journal, we can find out what happens if we get that. We get 20 dynasty reputation for surviving a season. And let's see, rabbit trap. Rabbit trap should be easy. This, I'll set it right here. So let's go Q. Let's go over. No, I want to go here, and I want to go to here. And there is a rabbit trap. Alright, so I got that done. That's done. So I need to do a wooden spear, and I need a log for that. So let me get my axe out. You see, these quests are, they're walking you down a path to make sure that you can actually survive the rest of the game. Because, I mean, there is no winning, there is no losing. This is really like, it's like your own personal playground where you can build a civilization, a society that you want to live in, that you like most. So let's go ahead and get that wooden spear out of the way. Okay, we got that done. Alright, stone knife. I need 2 stone. Let's go find some stone. There's 1. And you have to follow the order that they want you to do it in. Just because you did it, it doesn't seem that they really care that you did it. You didn't do it in order. They want you to do this in order. Don't understand it, but it's just the way it is. Okay, so there we go again with our stone knife. Okay, so let's go hunt us a wild animal. So now I have an axe, and that's pretty much going to be when I have to. Or I will show you guys. Watch this. Let's go find us a rabbit, and I'm going to punch it to death. There's a rabbit. Watch. So you see that little dot? You can outrun the rabbit, so it's pretty easy. You could use a knife, but it's just way more. As you see, I punch him, and I think this is a game glitch. But because you have that stone knife, you need the stone knife in order to skin an animal. And as you see, now all I have to do is survive for a season, so I got another day and a half to go. So what am I going to do in the next day and a half? Well, I need to start laying my foundation. So one of the things that I really like is I'm going to go up here, and this is where I generally start my farm. Let's see here. Do I want... How far up here do I want to go? I can go up here all I want. Okay, so let us use this as our 16 by 16. So let's hit Q again. We're gonna go into buildings, and then we're gonna click on farm, and then you have a choice of a field or an orchard. We're gonna do a field, and the biggest you can build is a 16 by 16. I think I might have screwed up, but we will see. Yeah, I screwed up. So if I want this to go 16 by 16. Okay, so 16 by 16. Okay, so my problem is this. Okay. So I can't do an official 16 by 16 unless I really want to. You know what? I really do. So let's kill that, and let's go kill these 2 trees here. So we're gonna hit 2 to go to our shovel, and then we're gonna de-stump it. There will never be another tree that grows there in that spot again. That is what you do. It's permanent. There's no undoing it, and it's not like you can go around and plant new trees. That's the one other thing I don't like. I really wish you could plant trees in a specific way. That way you could terraform the forest. And so now oh wait, I need one more. Alright, there's my 16 by 16. This is the largest field that you can do, as you see. And I have now got fields, and here's how you get the most. So let's pick this up, and let's go here. Oops. Let us make a few wooden hoes, because we're gonna need them. So we can make 8 wooden hoes, and you're probably gonna kill 4 of them right away. Alright, so a quick little trick on doing the grubbing. And this, I'm doing this ahead of schedule, so I will have to fix this. But as you see, you just hold it down and you just keep going. Now you're going to get everything that you do, you're going to get points for. So I'll see you guys when I am done with this section. Okay. And you can go to bed at 7 o'clock. So let's see what time it is. It is 6:45. So I got 15 minutes, and let's see what our skills are. What skills did we earn? We earned some farming skills. And so with that one farming skill, we want to do farming knowledge so that it increases. So every time we do farming, and then let's go over here and look at technology. Just in putting in that that 16 by 16 field, we gained 51.2 points. So we got a barn. Now what I'm really working for is I want this pigsty. The pigsty, I can do my own manure. The hen house is great for eggs and feathers, but I don't really need it early on. The one that I need early on, and I really wish that they would have reversed the hen house and the pigsty, because you need the fertilizer in order to grow to grow, and the fertilizer is fairly expensive. You know, I mean, 7.5 gold, but you don't really have a lot of gold. But as you see, here we go. And let's see, let's go to bed. And see, as you see, it says that I've got 1 day and 5 minutes until I can go to the next season, whereas I got 3 minutes now until I can go to bed. And so I will see you guys in the next playthrough, the next tutorial. So my playthroughs are tutorials. I will do the playthroughs, and then I'll clip out a couple of tutorials if I see that there are any in there. But if you want to see what I do, if you're looking for another game to add on to what is that you play, like if you're playing Conflict of Nations like I do, this is another game that you can add to your repertoire, and you can play them both at the same time. That's the best part. So I will see you guys on the next video, and thank you for watching.